Philosophy is written in this grand book amid the universe, which stands continuously open to our gaze but cannot be understood unless one first learns to comprehend the language, interpret the characters in which it is written. It is written in the language of mathematics, and its characters are triangles, circles, and other geometrical figures, without which it is humanly impossible to understand a single word of it. Without this, one is wandering around in a dark labyrinth. This was written by Galileo in 1623. Mathematics weaves the seemingly different exploration of my art and design practice. Documentation of my work from the past 2 decades has been presented in Geometrie del Vivere 1, Libri, hosted by the Library of Fondazione Primoli in Rome, in a 17th century palace near Piazza Navona. Geometry is the common denominator of this series of exhibitions, encompassing the mathematical universe with its influence on human life and the world of nature. The works presented in the first exhibition are divided into 3 themes. Each theme is presented in one of the 3 rooms of the library. The theme presented in room 1 is Geometry in Human Movement. Incorporated with the shelves of the library, there are scrolls from video recording of my location-based movement practice, Finding the Axis Mundi. I started video recording this practice in 2007 as exploration of the relationship between the moving human body and geometric space. The prints and video projection presented here have been selected from research material started in my doctoral research for Mind Body Space-Time, the Geometry of Human Movement. The research continues with Healing Geometry, a series of movement practices in relation to 3-dimensional geometric shapes, such as the icosahedron, as well as 2-dimensional configurations, including cosmograms and sacred geometries, such as mandalas. Finding the Axis Mundi consists of a series of asana, positions in Sanskrit, based on a yoga vocabulary. Although the practice is based on the same sequence of asanas, the alignment of the movement in my body is specific to the site and sometimes to the time of when it happens. Often the practice happens at sunrise, as in this 2011 recording situated in the coast of Maine, with the sun rising from the Atlantic Ocean. This practice was recorded in 2012 at sunset along the Hudson River in Riverside Park, New York. This 2015 video recording shows Finding the Axis Mundi performing the desert of Zabriskie Point, Death Valley, California. These are excerpts from a journal of spatial awareness which started in March 2020 at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Since then, I've been daily recording Finding the Axis Mundi as part of an ethnography. I was in New York then, and several of the videos have associated audio recording from the 7 p.m. clapping and other cheering sounds to honor the essential workers. This is chronologically the last video recording shown at Geometrie del Vivere 1. It was recorded in Hurghada, Egypt in April 2023. The total running time of the video excerpts of Geometry Human Movement is approximately 51 minutes. The 2013 video Il corpo e lo spazio summarized the works here presented with visual statements about the relationship between human body, movement, and geometric architectural space. Il corpo e lo spazio also includes experiments with virtual reality in a cave environment, which I designed and shown at Percro Labs in Pisa, Italy. The theme of the second room is Geometry, Astronomy and Landscape, Sun Farm. The geometry of astronomy is explored in Sun Farm, a earth art project in progress, whose design and construction began in 1999 in the Hudson Valley of New York, United States. Sun Farm is a phenomenological landscape, a place which makes us aware of where we are in space and time. Sun Farm embodies a mathematical theory of the universe based on expansion and contraction of spirals, as is expressed in this gate called the space-time theory, which is also a site plan of the place.
The center of the spiral pond is located in an east-west axis leading to the Sun Farm house. The mound features inflow and outflow channels oriented to the east-west and north-south axis, defining the cardinal points, a theme that is represented throughout the site. The ideal linear Euclidean geometry of the spiral and the axis is defined by minimalist interventions, where man-made and natural materials intersect with the complex nonlinear geometry of nature defined by wind, rain, erosion, soil composition, and many other dynamic elements. West spiral, earth and air. West spiral is the end of the composition, both metaphorically and geographically, representing the setting sun and marking the west limit of sun axis. Toward the end of the cycle, toward the night, toward death, toward rebirth, toward the day. Stars will answer your questions. Polaris will guide you.
The third room, Geometria in Natura, la forma e diagramma di forze, includes excerpts from videos and digital prints, spanning from 2007 to 2014. Form is a diagram of forces is a phrase from the 1917 Darcy Thompson book on growth and form, which inspired my studies of shapes from the world of nature, recreated with parameter-based algorithm. Each shape is a visualization of a numerical process, which I describe in the 2011 book Form Geometry Structure from Nature to Design, as well as in the 2021 interactive multimedia publication Geometry, Nature, Design. Change of parameters in the same growth algorithm can evolve the abstract geometric form into the design of a structural composition. A logarithmic spiral is constructed from points, lines, and surfaces. Such a form has the same geometric properties of the Nautilus shell. Parametric forms resemble the blooming process of a flower, here shown as a fivefold symmetry composition. The geometrical shape turned into a structural design, creating ribs connecting the parametric curves. I often explore configurations spanning through different scales. The spiral shape of galaxies inspired video exploration of helices turning into 3D printed earrings. I have explored the 5 regular polyhedra, also called platonic solids, since the 1980s. What fascinates me is their symmetry. Complex shapes can be developed from using generative algorithms resembling forms found in nature at molecular or cellular level. Hexagonal tiling also represent geometric configurations of great relevance for their presence in biology and chemistry. Parametric transformation can generate several configurations associating hexagons with curves. These are experts of exploration of the Mobius strip, a topological one-sided continuous surface. In the world of nature, this shape is relevant not only for its geometric characteristics, but also as a metaphor. It has been used in psychology as representation of the unconscious by Lacan and Jung. Here are excerpts of video explorations of the transition from digital models of geometric forms to models of structure. The structural model has been inspired by Nervi's Palazzetto dello Sport, which was built in Rome in 1957. Some of the collapsible form I designed in 2007. Finally, a digital model of a canopy generated by a tubular profile extruded in a helicoidal path. The last video in the loop of room 3 is an Earth zoom-in sequence with superimposed logarithmic spiral. The innermost cycle of the spiral coincides with the east spiral pond of some farm, with center at its axis mundi. The exhibition at Fondazione Primoli is the first of a series. Geometrie del Vivere, Geometries of Living, has the objective to bring exploration of geometries from an art perspective as embodiment of abstract theories into life forms, to be understood and enjoyed in everyday practices.